the reservoir is, and we'll go and up there, we'll go up there today and show it to you. Go down the plant.
Cool.
And
Good.
so you can kind of see things. And this isn't exact, but how it's situated is correct. The whole concept is you've got a captured volume and you're just moving it from one reservoir to the other. The river inflows are passed through the lower reservoir dam of stored energy.
Okay.
And we get the stored energy from moving water and elevating it.
Okay.
And so what we did here is we went on to Prophet Mountain and we created a reservoir on top of the mountain. And now this reservoir is concrete, and we'll see it today. We have a vertical shaft and then a sloped shaft, and it goes down to the powerhouse. Powerhouse has 2 reversible pump turbines. In one direction, they will move water from the lower reservoir to the upper reservoir. And they're inputting energy and from moving the water and raising it to a height. So, and then we shut off, and then when we need electrical generation, we reverse the direction the units turn. And by that, we can generate instead of pump. And we take the water, and it goes through a 1,400-foot tail race. And this isn't depicted well here, and I'll show that to you today. And then that goes into the east fork of the Black River arm of the lower reservoir. So originally, the east fork of the Black River flowed through on this route. This was prior to construction. We had some feeder creeks coming in from here. It was Tom Saw Creek. So we had a mountain here that was Prophet Mountain. We took and we built a reservoir and we cut a tunnel that went down to a powerhouse. And then at the powerhouse we installed pump generators. And then we cut a 1,400-foot channel to be able to allow water to flow up to the pumps and be pumped back and fill this. We have a dam that's on the east fork, and so this impounds water, gives us water to move up. But we change the elevation of the lower reservoir during a generation or pumping cycle 13.5 foot. And that water is the transient water. It will move to the upper reservoir, and then when we generate, it moves to the lower reservoir. But the volume that we have captured to use for power production remains the same. So we're not taking additional water from the east fork of the Black River once we have that captured volume. We get the captured volume during flood periods. So our goal is to not impact the stream, to allow the water that comes down the east fork of the Black River to pass through our dam and aquatic habitat be maintained.
So the size of the flow size of the stream up here matches the flow
That's
size
correct.
below, as if none of this was there.
That's correct. Our license that was granted by the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission states that our outflows will approximate inflows. So it's basically the hydro lingo that we would use is we maintain the run of the river. Okay.
Got it.
So that's a very important concept for the public to understand, because we always get accused that we're stealing water.
Right.
And that we're using water up, and we're really not. We capture the flood waters.
You're only moving the same water back and
We move
forth.
the same water back and forth. That is exactly right.
Right.
That's a concept that we want people to understand.
Right.
Because it's important in our world today, with all the environmental concerns, for them to understand that we haven't hoarded the water, that
Right.
we're releasing what comes in. and we work very closely with our state resource agencies, U.S. Fish and Wildlife. Our state resource agencies are Department of Conservation and the Department of Natural Resources, which Teresa's been working with over Johnson Shut-ins, but just a different branch. We work with the water quality people on what we do here for operations of the plant. We've got,
Sure, that'd be great.
you won't be able to film this because you won't be able to capture the details, but here's an actual topo map that showed, this is the Lower Reservoir Dam. This is our lower reservoir. At full pool, it has 390 surface acres. When we are pumped back, we change the surface acres. We go down to approximately 200 surface acres. So we decrease the surface acreage by about half when we pump back, and that's 13.5 vertical feet of elevation that we change.
Gotcha.
Here's our power plant location. This channel is 1,400 foot long, and then this is kind of the route. The dotted line is sort of the route of the tunnel, and it's marked on there. It says tunnel. You have to get real close to see that. And it isn't a straight shot, but it has a double dog leg in it.
Okay.
And that was because we followed the route of the most stable rock when we were putting it in. And there were some zones of fractured rock, and we avoided those. So we've got a double offset.
That makes sense.
That's too technical. We don't expect that to be,
Right.
but
The
that's,
context is that.
Yeah. Big things is we're not using up water.
Right.
Kind of the relative positions of upper reservoir, power plant, lower reservoir, and how it fits in with the East Fork. Now, upstream of the East Fork of the Black River, of course, is Johnson Shut-ins. Now, I've looked at your script that you've had,
Okay.
and what I couldn't visualize was how the animation goes in with the script.
Okay.
And so I couldn't tell what the product was going to be. And I want us just to meet and talk about it and answer any questions you have. I want you to see it, and then once you saw it, I figured you could probably animate it.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
your job, right? You guys are the good guys at that, so.